Hi, I'm Scott Swenson. We're at Lynn's Propane Trucks. We've got another stock truck here for you today. This is a 2021 Peterbilt 337 with a 34.99 gallon tank, 325 horsepower, chrome and aluminum and stainless steel all over it. Chrome bumper, chrome heated mirrors, stainless steel exterior sun visor. We've got the aluminum air horns with the snow shields, chrome grille, aluminum wheels. As you can see here, we've got a couple of strobe lights in the headlight enclosures. These work in conjunction with one on the rear head of the tank, so no matter what direction oncoming traffic is coming, you're going to stand out. Let's jump in the cab and look at a few of the options in there. Over here, just to the left of the steering column, we have two factory rocker switches for the work lights. There's two work lights on the upper rear corner of the cab and two on the rear of the tank. It's really nice. It illuminates both sides of the truck. The rear work area makes it for a real nice safety feature, so you can see where you're walking, where you're working. Up top here, we've got two 12-volt receptacles. Charge your phones, tablets, anything, GPS, anything you're using in the cab. These days, there's a lot of things that need to be charged on the 12-volt. We've got a concert class radio, AM, FM, weather band, MP3, USB. Top of the line stereo system. We have our shift selector here for the Allison transmission. Rear differential lock button, full locking rear diff on the truck. Regen button here. We have our exhaust brake here. And then this is a rocker switch for the strobe lights. The two we have on the front headlights and then the one on the rear head of the tank. This truck has a backup camera, so there's a camera mounted on the rear head of the tank, tied into the reverse circuit. Put it in reverse, the monitor will come on. It really eliminates that blind spot directly behind the truck. It's a really excellent safety feature. We place it over here so that it's kind of in line with your mirror and your spot mirror here. So you've got two stations, one you can look across and then back over here and see directly behind the truck as well. This truck has a 3-function remote shutdown. PTO, throttle, and e-stop. You only need to have the e-stop, but the PTO and throttle are nice options for your drivers. They'll use it. So you haul the hose out, hook up to the customer's tank, turn the PTO on, kick the throttle up as the tank fills, kick the throttle down, shut the PTO off. Right from the customer's tank. Your pump runs less time that way, 1. And 2, your drivers use it every time. So if the batteries die, they're going to replace them. Normally with a single function that the drivers don't use, we'll see them living on the dash or the floor. 6 months later, you get pulled over by the DOT, the battery's dead, and you get cited for it. So it's a nice option for your driver and for your pocketbook as well. We have a custom printer stand in this truck. We make every printer stand custom to the individual cab. It is rock solid, so you're not going to see it rocking and rattling as you're driving down the road. We also have a ticket holder here to help keep your drivers organized. We see tickets all over the cab on a lot of these trucks that come in for service, packed up on the dash. So this helps them stay a little bit organized. This truck has corner windows. They're really nice to eliminate that blind spot. So you can go from your spot mirror, just look over your shoulder and eliminates the blind spot right on the side there. You'll see we have a low back seat here so that it doesn't obstruct that corner window as much, and a high back air driver's seat with armrests on the other side. Let's head out to the side of the truck and take a look at a few more options. Again, we have the aluminum wheels, stainless grab handle, stainless heated mirrors, aluminum steps and battery cover, aluminum air tank. Moving down here, we've got our chalk block holder, spring loaded. So it's easy to use, easy to secure the load once you're done. It's got rubber on the front and the back, so it's not rattling as you drive down the road. Nice and simple. Stainless fenders, stainless fender brackets. We've got stainless spacers back here. We set these mud flaps back so you can't pin them between a snowbank and tear them off. Because of that, we have to put the stainless spacer in there to help keep the road grime off the back of the truck. Let's move to the back of the truck and take a look at a few more things. Starting up top there in the center, we have our backup camera. The monitor's in the cab, mounted on the passenger side, tied in with a reverse circuit. So when you put it in reverse, camera comes on, you can see directly behind the truck, completely eliminating the blind spot back here. Really, really nice safety feature. And once you have a backup camera in your truck, you don't want to drive without one. Right below that's the strobe light. That's working in conjunction with the two in the front headlight enclosures. Those roadside deliveries during the day or at night, a really nice feature. Cars coming in either direction, it grabs their attention. On either side of the work lights, those are working in conjunction with the two on the upper corners of the cab. So you flip those two factory rockers and it illuminates the side of the truck and the whole back of the truck, the entire workspace. So no matter where you're walking around the truck, you can see where you're walking and what you're walking on. Really nice in those snowy, icy, wet conditions. Moving over to the meter box here. We have an oversized stainless steel meter box. You can do any maintenance or repairs on this without having to remove the meter box. It's really nice. Clean the strainer, whatever it is. Because it's oversized, we have enough room. We can fit a shelf in here. Keep your gloves, any fittings you use on a daily basis, keep them nice and handy right back here at the meter. Over to the side here, we have a leak check spray bottle holder. So they can do leak checks on their truck. In the summer months, we see a lot of drivers, they'll keep the bee killer in there, so it's nice and handy when they need it. Hose end nozzle is stored inside the meter box. Most of the time you'll see they've got a fitting on the back deck. You've got to thread them off when you get to the delivery, thread them back down when you're done. They're also out in the open, so any ice, mud, whatever's flying around back here is going to get stuck on that hose end nozzle and just make it filthy. We keep it inside. It's easy in, easy out, but it keeps it clean and dry in there as well. It's a really nice option to have. Moving across to the reel here, we have a Hannay reel. It's spec'd for 250 feet of 1-inch hose. Comes standard with 150 feet of 1-inch low temp hose. We overspec the size of the reel so that you've got extra room in there. As you can see, all this extra room on the side. The reason for that is if you don't, you've got to reel it up perfectly to fit the hose on it. And if you don't, it starts rubbing on the deck and can give you premature hose wear. It also lops over the side. It gets stuck between the drum and the frame. It can nick your hose, again, making you replace it before you should need to. The other thing too is, in the winter time, these guys are out, they could be making 40, 50 deliveries a day. They're out hustling. They're not reeling this in perfect every time. They're throwing it up onto the reel, getting to the next stop. This gives them the ability to not have to reel it up perfect. They can just reel it up and be on their way. The Guide Master, a nice option for the drivers as well. Normally you'd have to guide it in with your gloves. And anything that hose drag through is going to get on your gloves. With this, it's nice and easy. You just simply guide the hose in. Makes it a lot easier on your back too for us older guys. Center of the truck here. We have pull-away protection on the liquid fill. So we've got a disc here with a sensor behind it. It's tied into the transmission. Allison has a function called range inhibit. So unless it senses that this cap is back on, it will not let you put it in gear in the cab. So you can't pull away while you're still hooked up to the plant. Again, a really nice safety feature. The back of the truck here, you see we've got a stainless steel deck. Everything's stainless back here. Even a lot of the piping pieces, stainless steel. You'll notice that it's lowered. So everything's within our working height, whether it be the Guide Master, the loading, the meter. Normally you've got a deck, it's prefabricated. The builder will take it and throw it up on top of the chassis rails that are extending behind the rear axle. When you do that, your deck's up much higher, which means your equipment's up much higher. Your load lines are up much higher. So you end up working up over your center of gravity, shoulder height all day long. With this, everything's nice and simple. The loading, nice and easy. They're lowered, but they're also angled. So you come in with your 2-inch load line, nice and simple, right under your arm. Doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are. It's going to be at the right angle and the right height. The Acme's line right up. Normally, a lot of these trucks we see coming in here, they're coming up either straight out or angled, but they're up so high. You've got that 2-inch unflexible load line up over your shoulder, trying to get it at the right angle for those Acme's to line up. With this, it's at the right height, the right angle, so it's nice and easy to load. Let's head to the side of the truck and take a look at a few more options. Again, we've got the polished aluminum hose reel, oversized, lowered stainless steel deck, stainless spacer, stainless fender brackets, aluminum fuel tank. We've got the aluminum steps here with the aluminum cover for the after treatment device, stainless cover on the horizontal exhaust, stainless grab handles, stainless heated mirrors. Inside the frame rails, we've got an oversized PTO shaft, straight as an arrow. A lot of times we see these trucks coming in, they're at an angle. They don't run true. So those universals aren't lasting, they're high maintenance. You're constantly having to replace them and maintain them. With the nice true PTO, straight, oversized, a lot less maintenance, a lot less headaches. With every truck you get a binder that we put together for you, and in that binder are diagrams for everything we do. And everything's color coded. So if you look in the frame rails and you see a red airline, you just look on the pneumatics diagram, it shows you what part and part number and where it goes to in the back of the truck, what part and part number and where it goes to in the front of the truck. Makes diagnosing really simple. One last thing we have over here, we've got a hole in the frame rail so that you can see the main valve. The reason for that is when the truck's not pumping, the first thing the drivers do is make sure that the main valve's opening. The last thing you want them doing is climbing under a truck with a PTO on. So this is nice and easy for your drivers. They can just come back. If the truck's not pumping, they can glance in here and know if the main valve is opening or not. This truck's built. It's ready to deliver gas. If you have any questions, give us a call. 800-252-5467. We'll talk to you soon.